Hi, I'm meant to concentrate on you and not on you because you're expendable, whereas this thing has to be, that one will survive. This one, what I'm looking at right now, won't. I'm pretty sure it'll be deleted. But this one up here is going to be in my hands, and it's going to be, I'm going to be making the copies of that one, but not this one. So forgive me if I'm ignoring you, you know. Anyway, this is a continuation of my video series called Sunan Abu Dawud 22150 in the Spotlight. And for you, it's in the Spotlight again, yeah. And since I last made some videos of this series, I took a picture, pictures of the Arabic version of Sunan Abu Dawud 22050, and took it to Muslims to see what they would think of those four. I just want to tell you what, there are four mystery words that don't translate into meaningful words in Google Translate. And they just so happen to be the ones that are controversial, that make Islam look evil, because it talks about how Muslims are able to, Muhammad's companions are able to have intercourse, rape actually, of captured women in the presence of their husbands who are disbelievers. And the funny thing is, when it comes to the Arabic and you put it to Google Translate, it doesn't say that. It just gives out some weird words that don't make sense. So I took them to Muslims to see what they meant. And do you think I got any? Well, anyway, I'll let you know how it plays out. But the funny thing is here, in this series, near the end, my the Muslim I'm talking to has a black cat type moment. I don't know if you're familiar with Edgar Allan Poe's The Black Cat, but in The Black Cat, the story by Edgar Allan Poe, the murderer walled up his wife into a wall, and when the police came over, for some reason he called attention to the wall by hitting it to show how sturdy it was, and it made the cat, you know, go meow, and they tore down the wall, and there was the body that he hid. And his black cat moment is when he brings my attention to Sunan Abu Dawud, where I find out that, contrary to what he wants me to believe, there's a saying that says that when women are captured in war, their marriage with their husbands is abrogated, you know, and it's made null and void. And I don't know. And then what I did is today I came upon that same that same Muslim website, and I typed in Atas, and whoa, talk about, I felt like, I'm not familiar with the Battle of Midway, but when they kind of got, the Americans got lost looking, then they just stumbled upon the Japanese, you know, and then they were able to bomb, you know, destroy 3 aircraft carriers. It was like that sort of thing, because not when I typed in Atas, I got Atas, A-W-T-A-S. I got to see where it's not just Sunan Abu Dawud, it's not just Muslim 8, 34, 33, 32, 38, 34, 33. I mean, there's a lot of other places that have in the present, not in the presence of their husbands, but it shows how a non-Muslim's marriage is abrogated, so the Muslim can screw his wife and have sex with her if she's captured in war. And it was like bingo. So that I'd call that my I'd call that the Muslim's black cat moment, where he hits, and it's also like the Midway moment, or that scene in The Wrath of Khan, where the Enterprise accidentally comes upon the Reliant and was able to blast it, you know, get Khan. Well, anyway, I'll read this thing now, and let's see what you think of it. Okay, let's see here. Yeah, all right, here it goes. Oh, by the way, when I read, my words will be using this side of my face. When I use the Muslims with this side, plus doing a mock Arabic accent. Okay. Ignorant, you ask, why is the Surah Allah called Clot? Exactly. Why is it called the Clot? Luck. The Surah's original name is, and he gives this Arabic here. You can see it. He gives that. Yeah. You go and put this into Google Translator and you will see that it means the Surah leeches. Again, did you know that a few months ago I put the whole Surah in Arabic into Google Translate and not once did it say leech or even leeches? And why should it say leeches? You think a ball of dividing cells are leeches? Go copy paste from any source online. Muslims were that fast in changing them, huh? Now you are going to say Muslims have corrupted Google Translator too? Again. Did you know that a few months ago I put the whole surah in Arabic into Google Translate and not once did it say leech or even leeches? And why, again, why should it say leeches? You think a ball of dividing cells are leeches? I told you over and over, the Arabic text is perfect, the translation is not. Allah just couldn't say bee and make it say leeches before embryology was discovered, and before we, learned about what embryos look like in embryology. It got past the best of planners to say clot of congealed blood, didn't it? That's right, it got past the best of planners to say clot of congealed blood, didn't it? How come? How come even after embryology, it still says in many Qurans in English, quote, clots of congealed blood? How come it says it in so many Qurans, what? Is Al, I call it Allah, is Al that slow on the ball in getting their act together? I call Allah there because I call Allah there out of respect for Allah, because Allah shows respect to himself by calling himself we and our. So out of respect for Allah, I call him there and them and those, Even though it's kind of weird because, shirk is supposed to be unforgivable, yet Allah will call himself our and their, I'm not our and their, but our and we and us, yeah. You can find many errors in the translation because up until recently science did not know this. And from even many Qurans being published still on this day, apparently the translators don't know it either. So the translators chose the second meaning. I'm going to believe the second meaning was the only meaning until I see an old Quran in English saying, quote, leeches for the clot and the clot of congealed blood, like it is in so many English versions of the Quran, even printed out today. Now we have come to know that Allah really meant leech, not clot. Too bad old Allah couldn't have known that until after embryology and knowing the embedding of embryos, huh? Too bad, huh? Show where Allah knew it before embryology, okay? Also show an old Quran that has it as ostrich egg for the earth being, for the shape of the earth. Like Muslims like this. Muslims are trying to say are trying to say the Quran says now, instead of the earth being, quote, spread out like a carpet, they like to try to say it means ostrich egg. Show that old Quran in English as well. That has it as ostrich egg and not spread out like a carpet. Do your own research. I know you don't believe me. Again, did you know that just a few months ago I put the whole surah in Arabic into Google Translate and not once did it say leeches or even leeches. It doesn't even say leech. And why, again, should it say leeches? You think a ball of dividing cells are leeches? Think. Question for you ignorant. How have you heard the story of Haman in the Quran? This is another scientific miracle you will not be able to explain, but you will only say, I don't care, want to bite? Go for it. But again, I want to see an old Quran before we knew about embryology that has it as leeches instead of the clot, and has it as the cleaning leeches instead of, quote, clot of congealed blood. Where is that old Quran so we can believe you aren't Kia-ing, lying for old owl? Where? Supposedly he's asking the question. Simple. When I copy and paste the Arabic text in Google Translator, it does not say in the present. He's trying to change the subject. It doesn't say in the presence of their husbands. Where is that volume in Arabic to go to so I can do that myself? Why can't you do the same? Again, where is that volume in Arabic to go to so I can do that myself? Eventually he breaks and he gives it to me, and you'll see what happens. You'll see what happens. He gives me finally he gives me this. He gives me this. See that? It's called Sunan.com. Finally, Abu Dawud. Get somebody who speaks Arabic and English and ask him to translate it for you, or put it into Google Translator, or use any source you can possibly find and show me where it says in the presence of their husbands Arabic text is correct, English translation is wrong. The Muslim English translation is better. That's why you were given. My January 18th call to monotheism link gives you all hadith numbers too. You are not reading my posts, and then you blame me for being a liar. Very uncool. He doesn't realize that when I go to that, it sends me other websites, and then I find out that, guess what? The marriage of a woman who's captured in war is abrogated. In other words, it's been replaced. In other words, but there's no consent mention of the husband either. So again, it goes along with in the presence of their husbands pretty much. Because she's married, and yet a Muslim can screw her brains out, So I don't see how that helps at all here. Also, look at the grade of the hadith. It is not pure sahih. Guess what? It says sahih. I went there. It says sahih. So I don't know where he's getting this. It's not pure hadith. It doesn't matter because there's others. There's Sahih Muslim, for one thing, that has it as, and that's Sahih for sure, because Muslim pretty much says the same thing. It doesn't say the presence of the husband, but it has one. It has two back. It'd be Sahih Muslim 8:34-31. You got to check that out. Oh, it's funny. It's pretty much saying the presence of their husbands, because that's where you find out that a marriage of a non-Muslim woman is abrogated when she's captured by the Muslim. So, he can screw her brains out, It doesn't matter that she's married. And it goes along with the Quran that says, forbidden to you are married women. You can't have sex with married women because it's forbidden, except what your right hand possess. In other words, you can have sex with your slave girl. And pretty soon I'll show you why. Okay. Get somebody to speak Arabic and English and ask him to... And then I say, oh, guess what? I typed into that Sunan Abu Dawud hadith site you gave me, bless you, the words Battle of Hunain. It took me right to Dawud 2:2150. Do you think it sound like Muslim 8:34-32? And here's the Arabic. You probably can't read it because, oh well, but that's the Arabic I went through. And this is what it says in that site. It says, Abu Sa'id al-Khudri said, the Apostle of Allah sent a military expedition to Atas on the occasion of the Battle of Hunain. They met their enemy and fought with them. They defeated them and took them captives. Some of the companions of Allah's the Apostle of Allah were reluctant to have intercourse with the female captives in the presence of their husbands who were unbelievers. So Allah the Exalted sent down the Quran verse, and all married women are forbidden unto you, save those captives whom your right hand possess. This is to say, they are lawful for you. They are lawful for them. They are lawful for them when they complete their waiting period. Yeah, so you can get them pregnant too. So anyway, it didn't. That was at the Arabic site, that Muslim site. That was at the Muslim site, and then it said the presence of the. So, and he's trying to tell me, well, that doesn't make sense. Then why is it there? Why is it there? And then here's this other Arabic part. Oh, by the way, I better.